Sometimes the quietest faith produces the loudest praise. Welcome to HisTime365. Today is day 167, and Psalms 64 to 66 highlights God's justice, power, and the joy of remembering what He has done.
Discovering strength and praise in Psalms 64 to 66. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the noise of the world around you? Sometimes it can feel like we're surrounded by darkness and negativity, but the book of Psalms reminds us of the hope and strength we can find through faith. Today, we'll dive into Psalms 64 to 66, where we find a powerful blend of cries for help, expressions of trust, and an overflowing spirit of praise. In Psalm 64, we witness the psalmist laying bare his fears and concerns. He speaks of secret plots against him, where the wicked sharpen their tongues like swords, ready to strike from the shadows. Their tongues are like arrows, Psalm 64, verse 3. This imagery resonates deeply, doesn't it? In our lives, we often face similar situations, whether it's gossip at work or criticism from family. The psalmist's plea for protection reminds us that we can turn to God in times of distress. Just as he asked for refuge, we too can seek the shelter of faith when negativity surrounds us. As this psalm unfolds, we see the psalmist's confidence in God's justice. He acknowledges that although evil may seem rampant, God will ultimately hold the wicked accountable. This is a comforting thought, especially when we feel like we're fighting battles alone. It's a reminder to not lose heart, for God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Psalm 64, verse 7. When we stand firm in our beliefs, we can be assured that divine justice will prevail. Moving on to Psalm 65, we transition from lament to celebration. Here, the psalmist reflects on the goodness of God. He praises the Lord for His grace and mercy, declaring that blessed is the man whom thou choosest. Psalm 65, verse 4. This psalm invites us to acknowledge the blessings in our lives. Think about your own situation. Maybe it's a supportive family, a job that provides, or even a peaceful moment in your day. These are the gifts that can sometimes be overlooked, yet they are the very things that sustain us. The psalmist also paints a vivid picture of nature's bounty. He describes how God fills the earth with goodness, how the pastures are adorned with flocks, and the valleys are full of grain. It's a beautiful metaphor for abundance. We can relate this to our own lives. Perhaps we're in a season of financial struggle, but it's essential to remember the small blessings, like a warm meal or a good friend. These moments of gratitude can shift our perspective from scarcity to appreciation. In Psalm 66, we find a powerful call to worship. The psalmist invites all the earth to sing praises to God, declaring, "Make a joyful noise." Psalm 66, verse 1. This is not just an invitation, it's a command. It's a celebration of God's mighty acts. When we think about our own lives, how often do we express gratitude and joy? Whether it's a simple thank you to a coworker or a shared moment of laughter with family, these small acts of joy can uplift our spirits. The psalmist recounts personal and communal experiences of deliverance. He remembers how God has answered prayers and provided help in times of need. Many of us can share similar stories. Perhaps you faced a tough decision at work, and after praying for guidance, the right path became clear. Or maybe you experienced a rough patch in your mental health, only to find solace in the support of loved ones. These experiences are the threads that weave our faith into a tapestry of resilience. As we conclude our journey through these psalms, let's remember the rich tapestry of emotions they evoke, from fear and lament to praise and gratitude. Life is full of ups and downs, but through it all, we can find strength in our faith and in the community around us. No matter what we face, we can always turn to God, trusting in His goodness and mercy. Bold. In every moment of distress or joy, turn to God. He is our refuge and strength. How do you personally find refuge in your faith during difficult times? Can you share a moment when you felt God's presence in your life? What are some practical ways we can practice gratitude in our daily lives?
Thanks so much for joining me today for His Time 365. Remember, today's reading is Psalms 64 through 66, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Psalms 67 through 69, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 168. Until then, stay encouraged and thank you for giving God His time today.